Hey guys, my name is Ketelsen, PDGA number 98792. I'm 20 years old, I'm a pro level player, and this is what I carry in my bag. Sit down, you sit down, you sit down, you sit down. Alright, start off, I guess I'll start with the putters. First I got a nice birdie bag. My buddy Dylan Holt actually gave this to me. Shout out to him. And just a little towel. My putting putters are 300G PA3s. Purple one I've been, not the purple one, the orange one I've been putting with recently. I really liked it. Worked really well. Very straight and shoot putter, which really works for my putting style. Because I putt so much on my legs, so really like that. And then the white one with no stamp, just a backup, basically fly the same. So I really like both of those. Throwing putters, again PA3s, carry 3 of them. 2 more 300 PA3s. Blue one is the one that I probably throw the most. It's pretty straight, pretty reliable. It's for, you know, nice soft touch, technical shots in the woods. I really like this one because it's a true flyer. And the 300 plastic's really grippy and tacky, so it feels really good in my hand, and I feel like I control it really well. And then the white one's kind of another one that I just practice putt with, or if I need like a straight stable shot, something I know that'll fade, something I can get dependability out of, use that one. And then I have a 400 PA3 with the bowling green, with the purple sparkle plastic. Really like this one. It's got good stability, nice and overstable, so I can really trust it, throw it hard, and know it's always going to come back. Really feels good in my hand too. Then I have 2 like sidearm approach discs. First is going to be a 300 A2. This is another gift given to me by Dylan Holt. Shout out to him. This one's real soft, real grippy. I really like to throw it for kind of straight sidearm approaches. Something that I need to kind of hit and stick, because the 300 plastic doesn't skip a lot, so I can throw it right at the basket. And if I miss, it's going to be right there, leave me a short putt. Really like this one. And then I have a mortar. This one I got from Austin Clark. It's pretty much similar to the A2. It's just got a little more skip to it, and I can trust it a little more, throw it a little harder. I know it won't flip it over or anything like that. So I really like the mortar. Good skip, really controllable sidearm disc for me. On the mid-ranges, I carry 4 mid-ranges. The ones I've been using probably the most are the Mako. Mako's pretty important disc to me. I really like throwing the Mako. This is a Mako, this is just a Mako 3. This white one is really just a point and shoot disc. Throw it where I need to throw it and it goes there. Throw it on the angle and it goes there. Pretty point and shoot. Feels really comfortable in the hand, so I really like that. That's what I really love about these Makos. Super awesome. And then this green one's just slightly more stable than the white one. So if I need to throw something, you know, I don't feel comfortable throwing this one, I'll throw the green one. Probably my favorite mid-range ever is the M4. This is a 400G M4. I got it back when I was playing like junior divisions at a tournament. And it's just really a consistent flying disc for me. It has a nice little smooth turnover. It doesn't, you know, roll over. For it being 5 years old, it really holds this smooth turnover that I really like. It's super awesome, and it's just really become a staple in my bag. I throw it a lot. I really like to throw it on hyzer flips, anything. Really trustworthy disc for me now. And then if I need like a stable shot, I have an M2. This one I got from Play It Again for like $6, so super awesome. Pretty just stable disc, nice and stable. It's not gonna like dive to the ground immediately. Something I really look for in discs when I'm, you know, buying discs or looking to get something. I look for something that can get me play, especially with the style that I throw for backhand. I throw with a good amount of hyzer on my shots, so I want something to get me some play and then to fade off. I don't want something to just dump immediately. Because if I can get that play, I can get that added distance, hit those lines and then have it fade off and have this kind of forward moving hyzer as it finishes, opposed to just dumping off left. So I really like the M2 for that. On to fairways, I don't carry any fairway drivers. I have like hybrid drivers. I really like the H series that Prodigy has. They're super awesome. So we'll start off, I guess, with the oddball. This is a really old Firebird. It's like 5 years old. It's pretty lightweight, so I used to throw it on probably every hole, but I've used it so much, so it's actually a little flippy now. And this is just a absolute like trustworthy disc for me. If I have to throw something that I want to go straight, or I need to trust something, I'll throw this disc. It's really straight. It's got a slight flip to it, hyzer flip, and just goes, and then has a little bit of fade, you know, because it is a Firebird. But it's super awesome. Really love it. If I don't feel comfortable throwing a shot, I'll throw this one because it's just earned my trust so much. Then I have an H3. An H3 is a really underrated disc. I got this one from Dylan Holt also, so shout out to him again. This one is a perfect example of getting play. What I think of getting play out of a driver. It goes out. I can throw it flat or with a little bit of hyzer. It'll go out and get some great play out of it, and then it'll fall off left in a forward moving hyzer motion opposed to just dumping. It gets me a lot of good distance, so I really, really love the H3, you know, for that reason. Then I have an H2. The H2 is probably my go-to sidearm disc. I don't ever throw this backhand. Throw it sidearm a lot. It's really trustworthy. I think it's a little too slow for the stability it has for my backhand style, but for sidearms I really like it. It's really trustworthy. It's gotten a little straighter, so I like to throw it for kind of straight shots and then just a little bit of dump at the end, so I really like that for my sidearm game, and it fits really well in my game. And then probably the newest disc and slowly becoming one of my favorites is the H1 V2. A lot of Prodigy guys have picked up that and have really talked pretty highly about it, so I decided I would get some. This one's 167 and this one's max weight. Kind of got two different weights to see if one would go straighter. They really don't. They both fade pretty hard, but opposed to the original version H1, these get that play that I look for and then have that fade off instead of just hooking real hard. So I really like these. They're slowly becoming favorites, and I'm kind of working in both sidearm and backhand. So work these into the game. Hopefully they'll become a pretty big staple for me. And then distance drivers. Distance drivers is probably the most comfortable I've ever felt with drivers in like my whole career. I really love the D series. So first I have a D4. When I was coming up, I saw all the like big pros throw like destroyers and stuff and beat them in so they would flip over and get that big distance. So I never really thought I needed to throw an understable distance driver. So I never went out and bought any like flippy distance driver discs. Then one day I ended up picking up a D4, and it changed my game really in a positive way. It just gets so much distance because I can throw it on such a hard hyzer really hard. It'll flip up and just ride over, then come back. It gets a ton of distance for me. Any like left to right moving shot, I'll throw this. If I need something to finish right, I'll throw this one. It's really dependable. It can get a little squirrely if I don't hit the angle right on it. Might flip too much and cut a roll, but definitely a big distance disc for me. And then from there I just carry D1s. The D1 is probably my favorite mold I've ever thrown. I carry 6 of them, which is probably a little more than I should, but I just really love them. I have some backups for one or the other. I guess we'll start off with the flippiest two, or these two. This is an old 400S one I got at that same tournament I got the M4 at. This one is a real money disc for me. I like to throw it. It flips up the flat and then just goes real far. Really big distance. This is probably the one I use for like controllable distance. So when I need something to give me a lot of distance, but I have to be somewhat accurate opposed to like the D4, I'll throw this one. I really, really like this disc. And then this pink one, it's just a touch more stable than the red one. I really like to throw this one for like power hyzer shots. So if I need to throw something on hyzer, kind of flip it up and hold a hyzer and then finish on a hyzer. So So I need a real long hyzer shot. I'll throw this one because it's got a little bit of flip to, but it'll never flip over. So I really like throwing this one. Next is this orange one. There's actually a funny story behind this one. So I bought this at a Play It Again Sports. I used it a lot, and then I actually lost it in a lake at my home course. So I was pretty bummed out. I ended up going back to that Play It Again Sports, and somebody had sold it back to the Play It Again, and it was there again. So I ended up buying this disc from the same Play It Again twice, which I was kind of bummed out about, but it was a really good disc, so I was okay buying it back. It is just a very consistent flying disc. Gets that play that I really like and then fades. It's really a good controllable hyzer shot. It doesn't dump really early, and I just really throw great shots with it. My buddy actually, Clinton Burner, calls it the money D1 because it just always flies a good line for me, so I really just like this one a lot. And then if it gets real windy, I'll pull this one out. This is a 400 one. Just a good stable D1. Still gets a little bit of play, but not as much as the orange one, so if it's a little windy, I'll throw that one. And then the last two I have are my sidearm D1s. D1s have like improved my sidearm game so much, it's unreal. This lavender one is probably my favorite D1 ever. It's improved my game so much. It's getting a little straight, so I kind of use it for like real long sidearm, power sidearm shots, or straight tunnel distance sidearms that I need good distance on. And then this one is a little domier and it's a little more stable, so if I need that long shot but I need to make sure it finishes right, I'll throw this one. So they're both really good discs, love them a lot. Probably my favorite sidearm disc I've ever thrown. But yeah, so that's it. That's what I carry in my bag. Thanks for watching, guys, and hopefully I'll catch you guys out there on the course.